So today we're going to talk about 3 phrases that can frustrate a narcissist in family court. This video won't be too long. I'm going to get straight to the 3 phrases. And if you have any thoughts that you would like to add or any phrases that you may know that may frustrate a narcissist in family court, feel free to put them down below in the comment section. Straight to it. Number 1, I will let the evidence speak for itself. Don't waste your time arguing with a narcissist. Narcissists love when you argue with them. They love that emotional reaction that they can get from you when you argue with them. It's hard to reason with them, so just let the evidence speak for itself. So, for example, the narcissist may make an allegation in family court that you don't let the child speak to them when the child is with you. They may say that you don't notify them about the parent-teacher conferences. No need to argue back with them to say, yes, I do. Actually, you're lying. No. Let the evidence speak for itself. Phrase number 1. Number 2, the court record will reflect what was actually said. Like this video right now, if you yourself or you know someone who's been to family court against a narcissist, you have that final court order from the judge, you leave court, and now you're in the stage of enforcing that order only for the narcissist to tell you what did not happen in court. The judge didn't say this. The judge didn't say that. The judge didn't say, I'm supposed to pick the child up at 7 o'clock. You can kindly tell them. The court record will reflect what was actually said. So you may be at a pendente lite hearing and you may have a temporary order and you may have to go back to court and you're waiting for your final merits hearing or your final court date. And so temporarily you have this order you're supposed to abide by, and the narcissist is telling you, well, that's not what was said. You can kindly say to that narcissist, the court record will reflect what was actually said. You should be able to request that. Different jurisdictions have different procedures for doing that, but you should be able to request a copy of what was actually said on the record. We know that narcissists will gaslight you and have you question what was actually stated on the record and what was agreed to, and this can be very damaging for your psychological and your emotional well-being, especially if you're also in the process of trying to recover from the narcissistic abuse that you went through, you endured during that relationship. So no, we have a zero tolerance for gaslighting, okay? The court record will reflect what was actually said, and just go ahead and request that. No need to argue back and forth. Well, I don't recall that. You sure that's what happened? No. No. So, yeah, the phrase speaks for itself. Moving on. Phrase number 3. I disagree with that characterization / narrative. I disagree with that characterization / narrative. Listen, it can be draining trying to defend yourself against a narcissist against the narrative that the narcissist has about you. We know they're going to paint a picture. They want to paint you as the bad person, and you just feel the urge to defend yourself, rightfully so. But how many times has that worked? How many times have you tried to defend yourself against the narcissist narrative only to feel frustrated, only to feel like, okay, the judge is not believing me? Listen, we only can focus on the things that we can control. We cannot control the narrative that the narcissist wishes to portray or to give to the court, okay? So we know that the narcissist will try to paint you as emotionally unstable. So they'll take normal frustration, sadness, or reactions to conflict, and they'll try to twist that as evidence that you are irrational or unfit. They may also say things in court that are just not true, right? Just to try to paint you in a negative light. So they may say things like, oh, they're just trying to keep the child from me, when in reality, you're dealing with scheduling conflicts, safety concerns, or you're trying to enforce compliance with existing orders. And they may misrepresent that to the court as you trying to be this bad person, right? And so instead of trying to argue against their narrative, you can just say, hey, I disagree with their narrative. Your Honor, may I? And you give your narrative, okay? At the end of the day, the judge has to determine credibility. The judge has to determine who to believe. But if you go in there and you arguing against this person's narrative, the judge may misunderstand you. They misinterpret your actions as, oh, well, maybe this person is emotionally unstable, okay? So no need for that. I disagree with that narrative. Something else they may say, they refuse to communicate. So a parent who limits communication, say, for example, you may have a boundary that says that I don't want you contacting me on the phone. I don't want to talk to you on the phone because you gaslight me, right? You yell, all these narcissist outbursts and rage attacks. So no, I will not allow you to have access to me over the telephone. If you wish to communicate with me, it will be via email, okay? Or text message if you feel comfortable with that. But they may lie, twist that narrative and tell the court, oh, he or she refuses to communicate. When in reality, you're just asserting a boundary. It's not that you refuse to communicate. It's that you refuse to endure emotional abuse. And you don't have to put up with that. Okay? And again, you tell the court, I just disagree with that narrative. Your Honor, in reality, I never informed Mr. or Miss So-and-so that I refuse to communicate. I asserted a boundary. And I'm allowed to do that in order to protect my mental health. Okay? So, 3 phrases. Quick recap. Number 1, I will let the evidence speak for itself. Number 2, the court record will reflect what was actually said, okay? Reduce that gaslighting. And number 3, I disagree with that characterization / narrative. If this video was helpful for you, you can let me know by hitting the like button. Also, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I do frequently read the comments in the comment section. That's how I get ideas for future videos. I know a lot of you have been asking about the hearsay exception video, so I have that in mind for future videos. Let me know your thoughts about this. Are there any phrases that you have used or have heard other people use that tend to frustrate narcissists in family court? And anything else you may want to say down below in the comment section. Until next time, remember, you're not in this journey alone. Let me hold your hand and walk with you as you go through this. Take care. Bye-bye.